Guys, it's Miles. It's March. Okay, fuck, let's sort this out. Okay, so it's March, and topic of the month is coming out, and I have done that plenty of times. Not only as a trans male, but as a lesbian and bisexual. I've done it 3 times, so I don't really know where I'm going to go with this, but let's just have a crack at it. So coming out as trans, I came out firstly to my friends back in 2010. That was around 2009. I was having a bit of a shit time. I got kicked out of home and I wasn't really a good kid. I think maybe an internal struggle that I didn't know of, aka being trans, was a massive issue for me. So I got kicked out as a bad kid. I was couch hopping for a while there. And then I met some amazing gay people, lesbians in particularly, that took me out and showed me the ropes of being a lesbian. There's a lot to know. Jesus Christ, you got to learn it. Yeah, so I met this person named Gabe, and maybe I shouldn't name names. I'll blurt that bit out, or I'll redo this video. We'll see. Maybe I'll ask you for permission. Anyway, steering back to where we're going. I met this amazing person named Gabe, and I met him through my current, well not my current, but my current at the time, girlfriend, and she told me that he was transgender, and to me, honest with you, I'd never heard of being transgender before, like, that it was possible to look that amazing and be that happy and normal, because where I grew up, basically being gay is probably, or trans or bi, whatever, that community is segregated, and you're weird, you do drugs and you're a junkie, and or you're all crazy, and that's how I grew up, to be honest with you, being told about the community. Anyway, so I met him and I went and did that little stalk thing that most trans boys do once they met a trans guy that they find quite attractive and to be on top of the world. So I stalked him, watched all these YouTube clips from start to finish, and after a couple of months of pondering with friends on the thought of it, I thought I was being subtle about it. I definitely wasn't. I came out to my friends and my close friends about 2010, and then late November 2010 I came out to my mother, and out of the 3 coming out I've had, it was the easiest. Surprisingly, I think she got to the point where she was like, alright, whatever. I'm gonna light a cigarette while I keep talking shit. This goes for like 3 minutes already. Crap, how comes I didn't do that before? Yeah, so I did that. The best way for me to come out, I found, was through Facebook. I don't know where I got my confidence from to do that. I think I was just happy and stoked at the idea. I'd sort of found out who I was, so I posted a big status and said, if you don't like it, then just delete me. Like, there doesn't need to be any qualms, keep it to yourself. And I'm pretty sure I lost a lot of friends, but I don't care, because the ones that stuck around are still here now, and I love them to death. The amount of support that I've had has been incredible. I think being trans now and being out and coming out as often as I do, it's more about educating people on what they don't know, because me being someone that's from Camden, whereas being gay is kind of there, but people stare at you. Being out as trans isn't something that people know about, so my approach to it is by being an out trans man and trying to educate people as best as possible, because no one knows all the answers. I don't know all the answers, but in saying that, I hope that people will be a bit more understanding and won't be as rude, and it'll be like a domino effect or a pay it forward effect. My family, I wasn't living at home, like I said, so I think it was a bit hard for them to grasp. They didn't tell my siblings, like any of my siblings, for about 2 years. So I'd been out as trans for about 3 years, or 2 years, sorry, and not on the medical side before I was sorry, let's backtrack here. About a week before I started my medical transition, you know, I had to come out to my sisters and stuff, and my little brother, and my little brother is probably the cutest person out of everyone. You know, he didn't care. You're still my brother, you're still my sister. That's what he said. So, and he was 6 at the time, so, what, 6, 7. Came out to my older brother. We have the same parents. It was a lot harder for him to grasp, as he'd seen me go through, you know, so many different life paths, that this one is probably the hardest for him to grasp. It's not been until the last 6 months that I've sorted or defined a new relationship with him. I think the only advice I can really give you about coming out is be yourself, be who you are, be proud of yourself, know that in your heart of hearts it's going to be okay. Be patient with people and don't expect anything, because when you don't expect anything and you get something that's just a tiny bit good, it feels like it's there and it's pretty epic. So I think that's basically all I want to say about coming out, and yeah, fuck, I'm sorry, Madden, 6 minutes 20. I'll see you next month.